It's 4 o'clock. I'm Anna Rainey with the latest news from around the region.
And I'm Lois Adeshealy with the sport.
Our top stories today. A blueprint for Liverpool's future pledges to kickstart stalled projects and regeneration in the city. Animal rescue charities on Merseyside say the numbers of abandoned pets have reached a 3-year high. And we meet the oddballs campaigning to get people checking for testicular cancer. But first, Liverpool's leaders have gathered to discuss big changes to the region. With economic growth and regeneration on the agenda, the area is set to go a major uplift under new plans. Diaz has more on this.
Liverpool's future is set to soar if the city can begin to capitalise on its strengths. That's the vision of the latest advisors panel, aiming to steer our economy into the next decade. With the introduction of the reform agenda, they believe that highlighting the strengths such as tourism appeal and improving life sciences will help to invigorate life into the city and improve the economy.
No one can doubt the need to continue the massive regeneration that the city saw prior to COVID. But unequivocally, the city's taken a bit of a hit during the pandemic. We know that the pandemic did not affect the country equally. It wasn't a disease of equality. And coming out of the pandemic, I think we've learnt a lot about the city's resilience, the nature of the regeneration. It was built on the visitor economy, and coming out of the pandemic, I think we all recognise the need to broaden that base and diversify, so that, God forbid there's another pandemic, we are protected.
With Liverpool now given investment zone status by the government, it is hoped that today's conference will see more growth, the long-term aim to revitalise the city's economy in line with the national average.
There are always challenges around development of cities, not least in terms of infrastructure and money to do that. And let's be honest, Liverpool probably hasn't had the investment in terms of infrastructure investments that we've seen in some other cities.
Whilst Liverpool is recognised as one of the UK's most distinctive and unique cities, its leaders say its economical impact doesn't match its potential. They aim to change this and provide a decade of growth and sustainability. Days Wilson, Mersey News Live.
Warrington Council is in the High Court in London today, seeking an injunction to end the long-running bin strike. Residents have been forced to take the rubbish to council tips as members of the Unite Union strike over pay, but the council says the threat of further strikes from next Monday is unnecessary given the national agreement over pay. In a bid to promote eco-friendly travel, Liverpool Council are setting up hundreds of kilometres of bike paths across the city. Molly Graff has more.
Across Merseyside, cycling is a popular sport, but with the region's lack of cycle paths and the city's busy roads, it can often be dangerous for cyclists. Mayor Steve Rotherham secured an extra £16 million for his active travel revolution across Merseyside. Merseyside Cycling Campaign is campaigning for safer routes and cycle infrastructures.
So if you cycled along the Dock Road on this wonderful new cycle path, all of a sudden it stops, and it stops because you've just entered Sefton, and Sefton haven't got the funding yet to take it through. So that's about continuity, really. You drive along a motorway, you don't know when it goes from Warwickshire to Hertfordshire to Oxfordshire. It's just seamless. What we need for cycle pathways.
With the ever-growing damages to the environment, it's time to ditch the cars and opt for cycling instead. But this can be a scary thought for those on the roads.
Today we did 45 miles with an organisation called Merseyside Sea Cycling UK. And I think we had what we would call 3 close passes. There's individuals on the roads in cars, even on other bikes, to be honest, who don't respect their fellow cyclists or drivers, that don't affect the other road users, be it cyclists or walkers on the road. But you've got to understand, and the overarching concern of all this is the big climate change issue, because if we don't change our habits, then things aren't going to get better, are they?
For more information to get involved, visit Merseyside Cycling Campaign. Molly Graff, Mersey News Live.
Night buses are set to return from next week in Liverpool and the Wirral, as part of a new trial introduced by Liverpool Metro Mayor Steve Rotherham. The buses will run from 12:30am to 5am, starting from December 8th. People are being urged to check their testicles by cancer charity the Oddballs Foundation. They agree and went to find out more.
Students from Calder Grange Grammar School in Birkenhead are educated on testicular cancer by the Oddballs Foundation. Testicular cancer is one of those common cancers in men aged 15 to 49. That's why the Oddballs Foundation feels it is important that young people are informed of the risks and encourage regular self-checking. The awareness of testicular cancer is raised by the charity's university ambassadors.
So here at the Oddballs Foundation we have over 50 university ambassadors ranging up into Scotland, into Ireland and all across England. We aim to go into schools, universities, colleges and different organisations and pretty much break down the stigma associated with talking about balls.
The earlier the cancer is located, the quicker it can be cured. The main point the foundation live by is, if you're worried, go and get it checked. The Oddballs Foundation also tackle testicular cancer by distributing their Check Yourself guides anywhere they can.
It's got to be found early. So that's where I move on to the basics of testicular cancer, the signs and symptoms.
I think it's something that people are aware of, but sometimes what's not so commonly known is how easy it is to treat if it is caught early, and maybe what signs you need to look out for. And James's talk today really showed that, you know, something as small as, you know, a tiny little lump, that can be devastating for some, but if you do find it early and you know what you're looking for.
The Oddballs Foundation was founded through the original underwear company of Oddballs, which was sold and donated to the UK's testicular cancer charities. The bright and colourful merchandise was made to evoke a conversation about testicular cancer and break down the stigma associated with it.
It really hit home. Like it is of course a massive issue, but if you do take the right precautions and you do catch it early, then absolutely you can move on from it and live a normal life.
With over 500 students being educated at Calder Grange Grammar by James, the foundation hoped to raise their important message to 150,000 people by the end of 2024. Thea Graham, Mersey News Live, and remember,
Fighting cancer takes balls!
Pets are forever, not just for Christmas, is a phrase that comes around every year. Naomi Houston shows us why this is more important than ever.
Animal abandonment incidents have soared to a shocking 3-year high as the RSPCA warns unwanted pets face a bleak winter. New statistics have been released that show abandonments in Merseyside have been sharply increasing. The RSPCA alone is on course to see a 20.5% rise this year compared to reports received in 2020.
They're always there for us when we need them. But who's there when they need our help? Reports of neglected and abandoned animals are at a 3-year high. This Christmas, you can help us save one.
Freshfields Animal Rescue have begun their Christmas appeal and urge people to donate anything they can to help animals being abandoned this winter.
I have seen animal abandonment quadruple in the last 3 years, and it isn't seasonal now, it's all year round. And there are so many factors involved in that. One, we would say definitely, is the pandemic. People bought pets. Pet ownership, rose to an all-time high. The second trend is heartbreaking, really, because these are from genuine people who just simply can't afford to look after their pets anymore. They are more likely to bring them to us, to the door, whereas the people who would have just dumped their animals were dumping them in parks, on the beach, Sefton Parks, on the street. And as I say, it's a combination of factors, but it isn't seasonal anymore. It's all year round now, and demand is sky high.
Organisations urge people who are struggling to take care of their pets to ask for help and to not feel embarrassed.
We're not going to judge you. We will not judge you. We know that everybody's circumstances are different, and that people are going through so much. People have got so much on their plate these days. We simply will not judge you. Our main concern is for the right outcome for you and for the animal. So please do not be embarrassed. Please do not be ashamed. It is nothing we haven't seen hundreds of times before. It's something that we would really want to help you with. And we want the right thing for you and the right thing for the dog.
This year, charities like Freshfields and the RSPCA are asking supporters to join the Christmas rescue by donating to help rescue teams reach the thousands of animals who desperately need them.
And now for the sports. Andy Burnham, the Mayor of Manchester, is backing the campaign for a legal challenge against Everton's point deduction for financial misconduct. TV personality and lifelong Evertonian Will Hanrahan has been working with barristers to bring a class action on behalf of the fans rather than the club.
The club is appealing, but where do we stand as fans? So Matt Stanbury, the public lawyer, a barrister, and I, lately we've been joined by the Mayor of Manchester, Andy Burnham, are basically saying, look, we've got a contract with Everton as season ticket holders, supporters. We've got a contract with a club that has a contract with you. And we think, Premier League, you may be breaking the contract that we've got to go and watch a team in the full expectation that they're not going to have points deducted. So we're building a case. And if Everton loses its appeal, then we as fans have got to decide whether we want to all get together and take an action against the Premier League. So that's what we're up to.
Reports suggest football lawmakers are looking to increase the scope of VAR despite recent criticism. The changes involve the system looking into free kicks, corners and second yellow cards. This increases the fear of more delays during matches. A team from Liverpool John Moores University are taking the 6-day hike up Kilimanjaro. They'll be spending 6 days in August next year doing nearly 160,000 steps, tons more than the 10,000 steps our Fitbits urge us to do daily. Amy Coulson reports.
It's a chance of a lifetime for a select few from LGMU. They'll be taking on the challenge in collaboration with Dig Deep without even breaking a sweat.
Like some people are asking, like, do you need like oxygen tanks? And I'm going to get some like hiking pics. No, you're absolutely fine. It's essentially going to be like a 4-day hike, you know, up and then 2 days hiking back down the mountain. Yeah, right to the summit and back.
Kilimanjaro is the biggest mountain in Africa and the second biggest in the world, with the team looking forward to getting stuck into the adventure.
But you know what? It's an experience, bucket list kind of opportunity, isn't it? And I just want to tick it off really, and I can do it for a good cause, so it's kind of, you know, it's double whammy, gets both done.
Local guides will be supporting them as they tackled varied terrains, with their fundraising adrenaline fueled by the hopes of transforming the lives of thousands by providing clean water, safe toilets and good hygiene. Amy Coulson, Mersey News Live.
Over winter, it can be a tough time for many people's mental health. Footy therapy is one of many initiatives providing people with an outlet to de-stress during these challenging times. Thea Graham went along to one of their games to see the impact firsthand.
Footy Therapy is a Liverpool-based not-for-profit organisation which has been set up to give adults who have poor mental health a chance to get together for a kickabout. The team members suffer from a range of mental health conditions and homelessness. Anyone is welcome to Footy Therapy, whether they have a diagnosis or not. For the people who play for the team, they believe football helps improve our physical, mental and social well-being. Colin Dolan, the man behind Football Therapy.
The whole idea came from the fact that I'm bipolar myself, so I've struggled with mental health issues for almost 40 years, I suppose. And after a really bad spell back in 2012, when I was hospitalised for my own safety, came out of hospital and got recommended to go to a programme that was run by Everton in the community called Imagine Your Goals.
The sessions run twice a week, giving the people the best opportunity to participate. They can get up to 50 to turn up to a session, which is a great chance to meet new friends and exercise.
It's quite annoying the fact that people had to wait to go and see a doctor, wait to go and see a psychiatrist, get a diagnosis and then wait for a referral to football. So I decided I'll do something about this myself. And
remember guys, it's just a kickabout, it's not a Champions League.
For me, I'm inspired every single time I come, because it doesn't matter what some of these guys and girls have gone through, they still manage to somehow get out of their bed and come and kick a ball. And when I hear them talking at the side of the pitch about their issues and how open they are and how much support they're getting from each other, that just fills me with so much joy.
The organisation will continue to reach out and offer their service to those in need and try to help as many people as possible. I've been Thea Graham, reporting for Mersey News Live.
And finally, actually, it is quite unusual. You can hear that wonderful sound of the sex bomb Tom Jones in Bittle next August. The music legend will be sure to perform hits from across his 60-year career. Let us know on our social medias what your favourites are. And finally, for the weather, we can expect lows of 4 degrees Celsius and sun setting at 4:30 tonight, so stay wrapped up, folks. Thanks for watching. This has been Anna Rainey
And Lois Adeshiri for Mersey News Live. Have a lovely evening.